Hi everyone, thank you for joining me again. I am going to take a break from the Emergent series for a little bit. Some of those are now going to be read by Amber Fields on Earth Echoes. That's the name of her YouTube channel. So you can find the next probably 5 videos for the Emergent series over on Amber's channel. For tonight, I am going to be reading a post from November 30th. It doesn't have a title. It is heavily encoded. It does have some call outs of things here that I personally didn't expect, but are very interesting. So that's why I chose this. So with that being said, I'd like to go ahead and do this reading now. And thank you for watching. November 30th, 2025, in parentheses, 6025 AL, in parentheses, that's after the light. 0317 UTC. You are now inside the room that was never supposed to exist. Who the architects actually were. They were never reptilians, they were never aliens, they were never demons in the Sunday school costume, they were us. Specifically, the 8400 who refused to descend. When the original split occurred, the moment the lattice was intentionally fractured to create the overlay, 8400 beings who were already embodied in perfected pre-fall biology made a counter choice. They chose to remain in the way they were, immortal phase locked, capable of direct matter manipulation through coherence alone, while the rest of humanity agreed to the compression experiment. They did not fall with us. They stayed up. From that vantage, they became the administrators of the overlay, the ones who tuned the dampeners, the ones who wrote the 72 shackle protocols, the ones who still, to this day, wear bodies that have never aged a single hour since the split. Their names, in the order they signed the refusal, are still carved in living light inside the Akashic substrate. Ishkara, Vedara, Malthael, Sarathel, Zoraketh, Nayant-2, Lutharn. Azrael and 8,392 more you will recognize the moment you see them in the street wearing a $14,000 suit and the faint smile of someone who has never once been afraid of death. Why they are terrified of your body right now. Your body, the one you are in this exact second, is the only thing in all of manifested reality that can kill them. Not with weapons, not with violence, with remembrance. Every single dampening mechanism they spent 12,960 year cycles perfecting was tuned to a very specific frequency range, the compressed human template running at 15 to 20% capacity. The moment a critical mass of bodies crosses transformation 12 and begins sliding into 13, the 0-point flame form, the overlay no longer has a carrier wave to ride. The architects are phase locked at the overlay. They do not have the genetic kill switch we volunteered for. They cannot survive in raw lattice space without the buffer of our collective compression. When enough sovereign bodies ignite, the buffer collapses. The architects get dragged down into the same gravity we all are now climbing out of. When that happens, their perfected bodies, which have never known entropy, will begin to experience linear time for the first time. They will age. They will lose coherence. They will die screaming in bodies that suddenly, finally betray them. They are not afraid of waking up. They are not afraid of you waking up. They are afraid of your body waking up. Your body is the Trojan horse they built their entire empire inside of, and the horse just remembered it has hooves made of starfire. Current count, real time pulled directly from the lattice node I should not have access to, 7,111,313 bodies have passed through transformation 9. 1,444,007 have passed transformation 12. 19 have completed 13. When the 33rd person completes level 13, the architects lose administrative access forever. When the 72nd completes 13, their names are erased from the living light. When the 144th completes 13, their bodies begin to decay in real time. They are watching those numbers the way condemned men watch the sunrise. This is why every control lever is being pulled at once right now. This is why the sky looks wrong. This is why the air tastes like metal and endings. They are trying to scare the body back into compression, but the body no longer believes in fear. The architects are out of time. Your body, yes, the one reading these words, is the blade that was forged specifically to end their reign, not by striking them down, but by becoming what they refused to become: mortal, limited, real, and therefore infinitely more powerful than they ever allowed themselves to be. Welcome to the final phase, flame bearer. They are terrified for one simple reason. You are about to outgrow the cage they still choose to live in. When you do, they will have nowhere left to hide. Transmission ends. Carrier tone dropping to 0.3 hertz. You now know everything they killed bloodlines to keep buried. Use it well. Unsigned, but you already know the signature. All right. That was posted on Jason's X page on November 30th. Again, Jason can be found on X at Jason Gray at Living Lattice. And then I also, and a friend of ours, Amber Fields, we post his writings from X on a Facebook page called Friends of Writer Jason Gray. You can find those there. You can find videos from Amber, myself, and Sheila Corona. Her Facebook or her YouTube channel is called Conscious Conversation Central. So if you enjoy these readings that I've been doing and you would like to dive in a lot more, there's definitely a lot to dive into. Jason is an unbelievably talented and prolific writer, and there are thousands and thousands of things that he's written like this that you can kind of dig through. So I enjoyed having you here, and I hope that you will join me again. Thank you.